First up, Andrew Omibambadelli. £18 million will pick you up this Irish 20-year-old fairly determined centre-back. Now, he has played games in the Premier League. It might not be too much of a hidden gem to some of you, but he's so good I couldn't not include him on this list. Now, this Spanish 20-year-old Quique Salas, you can pick him up for around £9 million at the start of the game. He is exceptional in this save anyway. Tackling 16, passing 17. Heading 14, vision 17, jumping reach 17. He's 6'1", and just look at this scout report. A very consistent performer. His attribute for consistency on this save is 20 out of 20. Ronnie Edwards next, and this 19-year-old English centre-back could provide some of you with huge value. About £3 million you can pick him up for. He can use either foot. He's got a balanced personality, and some of his standout attributes at just 19 are tackling, technique, composure of 15, acceleration, stamina, and decisions. Filippo Mane will cost you about £5 to £6 million at the start of the game. He's a 17-year-old Italian resolute personality centre-back, with determination being his key attribute here. Let me know, by the way, if you've signed any of these players and how they are doing in your save. Always great to hear from you down in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe while you're down there. João Fonseca, £2.8 million at the start of the game you can pick him up for. He's just 15 and he's got a standout attribute of determination and natural fitness here in this save. Reports suggest he's already a fairly consistent performer and displays resolute characteristics. Nathan Zizi next, and this 17-year-old French centre-back will cost you around £3 million at the start of the game. Jumping reach being his biggest standout attribute here, and he's 6'3". Reports obviously suggest that he's good in the air and has a balanced to normal personality, but also say that he's fairly slow as well, so like that's not good, is it? Fernando Somalinos is an interesting one because he'll cost you about £2.5 million at the start of the game, and he's another one with great attributes right at the start. He's 20, he's Spanish, he's got a balanced personality, he's described by the media as a centre-back, and he's got tackle in 16 and technique of 16 as well. He's 6'2", he's got good vision, positioning, heading. Definitely one to look out for. Christian Mosquera, £4.2 million at the start of the game. Aggression is his standout attribute here, as well as natural fitness. He's 6'3", has a balanced personality, and no real standouts underneath the bonnet when we look at the scout reports. Castella Lucaba next. He has a potential ability of 155 in this save. Will cost you a pretty penny though. I think about £12 million is his asking price. But this 19-year-old French kid has what it takes to be world class, mark my words. He's already proficient at heading, marking, tackling and positioning, the attributes that you want obviously from your centre back. He's got great work rate, composure and stamina as well. Looking under the bonnet we can see he's a fairly consistent performer and can play in a couple of positions. In at number 11, Linus Gretcher. This 18-year-old German fairly determined centre back. It's got some really cool standout attributes, namely anticipation and determination. £14 million is going to get it, Linus Gretcher, this guy at the start of the game. In at number 10, Jensen Seelt. Around £12 million will pick you up this Dutch 19-year-old balanced personality centre-back with standout attributes in this particular save anyway, being work rate, jump in reach, pace and heading. Reports suggest he's already a fairly consistent performer and could be fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country. Gaston Avia next will cost you around £20 million, so not cheap, but has a potential ability of 155 in this save. He's already 20 years old and you can tell that he's already got some really good attributes. Reports suggest he's a fairly consistent performer as well, but beware, potentially could be fairly susceptible to injuries. Lewis Jackson next, and this guy, about £5 million will pick you up the 16-year-old Scottish centre-back from Man United under 18s with a potential ability in this save anyway of 158 out of 200. He's got a lot of work to do in terms of increasing his attributes, with standouts being aggression, anticipation, passing, pace, natural fitness and acceleration, but he's already a very consistent performer at 16, which is insane. David Vinicius next, again 158 out of 200 potential ability on this particular save. This is variable. Vinicius, for example, in your save could be anywhere from 130 to 160. Standout attributes being stamina, marking, heading, anticipation and aggression, and already shows that he can be a fairly consistent performer. In at number 6, Robert Rennan, someone who we've signed in our Wonderkids live stream save over on Twitch. He really is great and obviously will go to championship level teams, because again, we signed him in our Watford Wonderkids save. That's live on Twitch, twitch.tv/FMWONDERKIDS. Pick him up for around 10 million quid. Standout attributes here of anticipation and positioning, and reports suggest he's a very consistent performer. He's got a consistency attribute here of 18 out of 20, which is obviously great. In at number 5, Maxime Esteve. This 20-year-old French player is a spirited personality centre-back with standout attributes of being pace, which is hugely important, especially if you're playing a high line, strength, positioning, teamwork, anticipation, and marking. Pick him up for around £12 million. He's a fairly consistent performer and could be fairly adaptable when it comes to living in another country. £6 million will pick you up. Number 4 on our list, that is Jorginho Cittadini, or Cittadini, who knows. Standard attributes here of heading, determination, anticipation, positioning, jump and reach, fitness and acceleration. He's 6'2", might be susceptible to injuries though, so make sure you check this one out. In at number 3 is Jamie Vasquez. Has a potential ability of between 140 to 170. He can hit anywhere in that range on your particular save, and this save is 164, which is a beast. And get this, you can pick him up for 1.2 million quid. For some reason my scout doesn't rate him here. I think my scout is full of the proverbial dog doo-doo. When we look under the bonnet though, we do get an inkling as to why my scout doesn't fancy him too much. He says he's got poor technique, he says he's a slow player, has poor consistency, and could be fairly susceptible to injuries. So make sure you do your homework on this guy if you're going to sign him in your save, because these are a few red flags here. In at number 2, Diego Coppola. Now, he will cost you around £20 million at the start of the game, but he's going to be world class. Again, a potential ability of between 140 and 170. On this particular save, again, we can see it's 164, which is huge. Standouts of heading, marking, tackling, jump in reach, concentration. I mean, he really is the ideal defender. Scout report tells us he's a consistent performer, good in the air, spirited individual, could adapt well when it comes to living in another country as well. Definitely sign this guy if you can. We have to put this guy in at number 1 though, because he's the best. Zeno de Bast is a balanced personality centre-back who's 18 years old, playing at Anderlecht, and is Belgian. He's got the same potential ability range as the last 2 guys, that is 140 to 170. In this particular save, we can see that it is 166, which is absolutely massive, obviously. Standout attributes of concentration, jump in reach, heading, marking, and passing. An asking price of £16.75 million that you can see on the middle/right of your screen here. Make him a must buy. Here's your list, guys. A few people that didn't make it on it, for example, is Kocha, because I just thought he was a bit too well known, and his asking price is like 40 million. And a couple of guys at the bottom here, Howard Bellis, for example, who's at Man City, and Van der Black, who could be a good shout but just didn't cut it for this video. Pause the video here, write these players down. If you want to download the actual shortlist, hit the join button down below, or join us on Patreon. The links are on the screen now. Thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe. I'll see you soon.